Welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, this is Kaysa. I'm back for another video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different. The funny part about this video is I actually thought I was recording on the other video, and I was not. I hadn't even started the button, okay? Anyway, thank you to all my new subscribers who have recently subscribed to my channel. Thank you for all the wonderful messages that you have left me. Thank you for giving me your suggestions. I really appreciate that. My goal is to create a channel where you can come learn, and then you take what you learn and you go get creative and allow those creative juices to flow. Now let me show you what I did do. I made these earrings right here when I thought I was recording. You know, it's late at night, and so hey, we're gonna flow with it. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I have made thus far. So these are really simple. These are like a 2-minute project. I'm telling you, they're really simple and to the point. So what I will do is I'll do another one of these in just a moment. But what I wanted to show you was I did do these earrings right here. I cut some wire, and what I did was bend the wires together to make sure I still have that same pattern going on here, because we don't want it to look uneven, right? And so we always want to make sure that the wire we're cutting and the form that we're trying to make the earring in, make sure that it's even. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit longer, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that a little bit. Now, as you can see, I've already beaded these, and I don't have a certain pattern. I'm just going with the flow. So follow me as I'm going with the flow. I'm just making up a design, basically, is what I'm doing. And then the holes on this particular beads, they're not really big, but they still will go on the wire, but I don't push them too far down, okay? This is going to be quite a unique pair of earrings, I'm going to tell you that, okay? All right, so we're going to do one more on this side. And what I was talking about before I realized I wasn't on camera was that when you have holes in these particular beads right here, sometimes the holes aren't big enough to go on a 16 gauge wire, which this is. And if you try to force it, it will break apart. As you can see, I have these little particles right here, and you don't want to force it, okay? So now I'm looking at this design. I really like it. It's different, okay? And so what I'm going to do is decide next, do I want to start wire wrapping this? Do I want to embellish it? What is it that I want to do? So again, without stifling my creativity, I'm just going to keep on beading until I feel like, okay, I'm ready to end this and I want to do something else, okay? All right, so I'm going to put one more over here. Then I'm going to do one more design over here. So now this is what I am going to do. So now I'm done with my pattern actually. So I'm going to go ahead and form this loop. And I'm going to just go ahead and turn it. Now some people do it inward. I do it inward too, but in this particular one, I don't want it inward. I just want to do it this way. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Okay, and I do want to make sure that they're even on both sides, so there's nothing, you know, uneven. So now I'm just going to gently do that. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Now my goal is to always make the loops the same size on each of the pair of earrings, okay? And I'm going to do the same for this side. And the best way to do that is to simply remember where you are on your round nose. That's the simplest way to do it, okay? All right. So now what I'm going to do is do the same thing here, bend it in, and voila, okay? Do the same thing here. I bent it in. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to take the jump ring and I'm going to open it up. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put those loops together. And as you can see, here we go. Now, there's another way I can do this. I can wire wrap it. Okay. And I could actually put a smaller jump ring on there. Sometimes the jump ring looks like, oh, that's a little bit too big. So what I can do is find a smaller jump ring. And I do have one in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's up to you how big you want that jump ring to be. Usually I use these on my bigger projects. So I'm going to go ahead and add this beautiful little jump ring to the earring. Look at that. Simple, 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 simple. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add the ear wire while I'm here. Why not? Now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to embellish this real quickly. Okay? You might be like, oh, I mean, it's cute and all, but, you know, it's something missing. It might be. Don't worry. Not to worry. Your girl's going to hook it up. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with this one. We always want to make sure it's approximately the same size, and it is. So what I'm going to do is, what I want to do is make this loop a little bit inward. Okay, there we go. All right, that's great. All right. All right. I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Close up that loop. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you these because I could stop here. I really could, but I don't want to, you know. And then you can always, if you find that, you know, you don't like the loop, it's maybe not doing what you wanted to do, you can always give it a slight squeeze, and there you are. Okay. Ha. These are cute the way they are, actually, right? But, you know, I want to do a little bit more of embellishment. And so what I see right here is that the wire has kind of lost its form. So I'm going to go ahead and bend it a little bit. There we go. And there you go. It's back to where it needs to be. Okay, that form. Easy peasy. Okay, all right. And there we are with this one as well. So what am I going to do? I want to do this side as well, just because I like to be thorough with things. Okay. All right. Now, so what am I going to do with this? I am going to take some 20 gauge wire. And I am going to wrap. Now, am I going to wrap another piece of, maybe take this jewelry and wrap it on there? I don't think I want to do that so much, although I could. Well, you know what? I'm on here. Let's do this because I want to show you how I do this wire wrapping thing of mine. Okay. Now, you have to begin to wrap it just like this. I take this side and I wrap this side first. Then I work with this side. And sometimes if the wire is too long, I go ahead and cut it. Okay, so I'm going to bend that through there. Okay, and I'm going to take that, press the button towards the button, excuse me, the bead towards the wire. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my round nose to give it that pull that I need, because sometimes it doesn't want to pull, guys. It just doesn't want to act right. Wire is really funny sometimes. So as you can see, I'm doing that wire right there, right? Look at that. That's actually going to be pretty. And so I can actually fill in that little hole right there just to make it look a little different. So now I will take a smaller bead, but first of all, I want to straighten out that wire because I want to make sure that I can fit that bead on here. I'm going to take this little smaller bead, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around again. Here we go. We're going to wrap it. So then I'm going to take that piece of wire and I'm going to wrap it again. Okay? And we're going to keep wrapping. We're going to go ahead and wrap this side as well. Don't worry about the beads moving around. They'll move back down. And you decide how far you want to wrap this thing, right? You decide how you want to embellish this. I love this, the way this is going. It is absolutely beautiful in my mind, okay? As you can see, this is moved in a little bit more because of the wire technique that I'm doing. It's pulling it in. So I'm going to do one more time on this side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut that wire. Okay? And I'm going to take that wire and wrap it around one more time. Because, again, we don't want anything sticking anybody in their ear, or we don't want them to stick it in their hands as well when they're trying to put on the earring. All right, so here we are. I'm going to go ahead and take that around there. I'm going to squeeze that in. There we are. All right, voila. Now we're going to finish off this side, okay? And then I'll show you how I'll go back up and straighten that part up. Now this earring is very different. It's unique. And this is how you make a unique pair of earrings, by doing stuff like this. Now I'm going to go back and squash this down because I didn't squash the wire all the way in. There we go. And we're going to give that little, there we go. And then we're going to do one more loop here, and then I am going to push it in a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the extra off. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do this. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Alrighty, so that's done. Now, I think this is actually okay because it all worked out where I don't have to move this around too much. And you really kind of want a loose type of earring. This is very unique, I must say, okay? And then you can just pull your earring, your beads down. No worries. Look at that. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing to this side, okay? Now, guys, you know, don't worry so much about whether you get it to be looking the exact same way on the other side. Don't focus on that. What you want to focus on is going ahead and wrapping. You get better at it as time goes. So see what I'm doing on this side. I'm not going to start by wrapping this side. I'm actually going to start by wrapping the left side and give it that security that I needed to have. Okay, so we've done that. Now I'm going to take this side. Then I'm going to wrap that bead in between here. Just like that. I'm going to wrap it around. Okay, we're going to straighten that out right there. So we're going to add on that little bead right here. Then we're going to take that bead right there and we are going to wrap it around. And we're going to wrap it around again. And remember, if you need an extra pull, you're going to use your round nose to pull it. Okay, so this particular one, I didn't need it that time, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Okay. I'm going to go to this side and we're going to finish that off right there, okay? And I'm going to wrap it another time because on this particular one, I've wrapped it about 4 times. Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and cut that off real quickly. Okay. And now we are going to wrap that around there. I'm going to pull that in there right there. All right, there we go. Now we're going to finish this side off because we have done that side. So now we are going to go ahead and wrap this side on. Same thing we did with that one. Okay. And you can always push it down. Okay. You can take this and push it over. Give it a little bit of a shove. Not too much. So we're going to go ahead and bend that through there. And we're going to do it one more time. Okay, we're going to pull it through. And then we're going to go ahead and cut that wire. Then we're going to finish it off by wrapping it around one more time. Okay, there we go. I'm going to push that wire in. I'm going to go ahead and use this round nose plier right here just to push it a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to take my other pliers here and I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. And it'll take a little time, guys, but don't worry about it. All right, we are done. So now all I'm going to do is push this side down and we have our earrings. Now, you may be looking at this part right here where it might be pushed out a little bit. We're just going to push that in. I'm going to fix that wire. Push it over. And we can pull it in a little bit. I'm going to push it in. There we go. And just push it in. And it'll be even. And do it gently. Don't do it so hard because, again, you don't want to break the bead. So you keep pushing it in. You manipulate the wire a little bit. There we are. There we are. Right in there. See? See how that worked? You have a beautiful pair of earrings. Now, what I also could do here, if I wanted to really just be fancy with it, I can wire wrap this part up here. And you know what? I may just do that just because I'm doing it on recording it. It's okay to be fancy with your stuff sometimes. Go ahead and get a little bit fancy. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take these two through here. Take the loop. Wire wrap it around here. Give it a little bit of a fancy look. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Okay. And wrap it around some more. You know, I love to wire wrap because you can embellish the the item that you're making so much, you can just give it a totally different look. And it's your design. It's not going to look like anybody else's. It's going to look like yours. So even if somebody made the same pattern I'm just making, it will not look like mine. Okay, there we are. So now I have just created a more embellished earring. So I'm going to go ahead and shove that around there. Give it a little bit of a shove. All right, I like that. And so here, I can either put that tail up. We just changed the dynamic of that earring, didn't we? I'm going to go ahead and twist that around. Yes, I like this one. This even better. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and twist that up, straighten it out. Okay. Gonna let that over a little bit. Squeeze that in a little. Sometimes it gets out of shape and you just want to give it a little bit of a tug, not too much. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. And voila. Look at what we've done, okay? All right. So now I have totally created a totally different earring. And we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Going to straighten that out a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Now, wire wrapping takes a little bit of time. You don't ever want to rush your wire wrapping, okay? Look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. I need to keep these earrings for myself. And so what I could do is just go ahead and slightly give it a little bit of a tug. There we go. And if I wanted to, I can absolutely, you know, wire wrap this some more and embellish it some more. But I'm not going to do that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this again for the other side. Guys, it is like 1:30, almost 2 a.m. And again, I love to beat at this time. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did with this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap that through there. We're going to take this and we're going to wrap it through. Okay. So sometimes you might have a little problem with the wire. All you're going to do is take that round nose plier, you're going to shove it up, and then you're going to pull it through. Just pull it, pull both sides, and you're going to pull it, and there you go. You're going to pull it. You're going to wrap. You're going to keep wrapping. You're going to keep wrapping. And so what you want to do is if you want to make it tighter, you're going to just put it in there and squeeze it. That's it. And we're going to keep on wrapping. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that. We're going to pull it. Straighten out that wire because sometimes the wire gets a little wonky. And we're gonna go for it again. And this is like a sewing technique. You know, if you know how to sew, you can definitely wire wrap, I'm telling you. I think this is going to be a fun video for you guys. And we're going to keep on going. We're going to wrap it all the way down. Okay. Until I fill this up. And keep going. There we go. We're going to keep going. And I feel safe enough to cut this a little bit. So I can just keep wrapping it around. I'm going to go ahead and pull that. All right. There we go. We're done with that side. I'm going to go ahead and push it in. There we go. Straighten that out. And we're going to do this top wire. Now this is handmade, guys. It's not going to always be the same, but it will be the same. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did with this side of this earring right here. Okay. Okay, there we go. And we're going to wrap it around. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this around because it needs to go in the direction I need it to go. We're going to go ahead and cut that wire off right there. We're going to go ahead and push that in there. Okay. Now you could take this as far as you want it to go. You might say, you know, Kaysa, I want to embellish it a little bit more. But as you can see, it's pretty good here. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, but first I need to fix that little wire right there. Again, we don't want that out. And sometimes it tries to give you a hard time, but you just keep squeezing it in. Just be gentle, okay? And then the last thing you can do is if it doesn't go in the way you want, you can always take a file and just file it a little bit. Okay, all right. Now, as you can see, we have made these beautiful pair of earrings. These are very unique. And then we're going to go ahead and put this together. Alrighty. Put the ear wire on there. Oop. And that does happen, guys. Sometimes when you're nearing a project, it seems like everything's just, you drop things and do other things, and other weird stuff happens when you bead. But nevertheless, I actually want to switch out that wire right there. That jump ring, rather. All right, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. And I will post in the video a picture of the earrings that I made. And this did take a little bit longer, which is okay. But I love the finished look. I love how it turned out. These are very unique. Very, very unique. And if I wanted to, I can actually embellish it a little bit more around here and wire wrap it some more. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to enjoy how they look now. And I'm going to actually zoom in so that you can see how beautiful these earrings are. Aren't those gorgeous? You can make these too. I promise you, you can. All right, well, until the next video, see ya.